cheap acrylic paints can either be a hidden gem or a complete and utter waste of money. That's why when I bought these Shuttle Art acrylic paints, I had to put them to the test to find out if they are any good on real life mixed media projects. Let's see what I found out. So I decided to go for the Shuttle Art brand, mostly because I've tried some of their products before. I have their acrylic markers, their acrylic gel pens and some of their alcohol markers, and I've been impressed with the brand so far. So when I needed new paints, I decided to try this particular brand as well. It did come with a little palette and it came with some paint brushes, and the paint itself worked out at 79p per tub, which seemed very reasonable. So first things first, it was time to swatch out the paints, and what I did was, you know how like you take the little lids off and there was a little bit of paint stuck on them, I just used that to swatch. I pretty much just stamped it down, and I have to say the initial thing was it seemed really creamy and nice and opaque. So first impressions, I was really happy with the first impressions. Now, I have to say the first project that I had bought these for was for this altered art project of the faraway tree. So first of all, I mixed myself a brown that I wanted, and that was nice and easy. And look at this. One coat. I absolutely couldn't believe this. I will discuss it in a little minute, but I have brought cheaper brands in the past and it took me like 6 coats to get any kind of coverage. But at this stage, 1 coat, and that was the colour that I was getting off it. I was so impressed, and it made this project so much easier that you had good coverage. So the project finished, I think. At the end of it, I maybe had about 2 or 3 of the brown coats, and the green was 3 coats as well. So this was the other brand that I just mentioned a little bit earlier. This was a budget brand that I bought from the range, and it is called Art Studio, and this works out at £1 a tub, so slightly more expensive than the Shuttle Art. I had bought these for a previous mixed media project, the altar clock that I did, and all I remember was that it took about 6 coats to get any coverage. So I did want to get the comparison of them side by side, and I have to say that the Shuttle Art acrylic paint was definitely more opaque and definitely more creamy in the side by side comparison. Now I don't use acrylic paint a lot. I use it in mixed media projects. When it comes to painting, it's not my preferred medium, and so I don't have a huge amount of experience with it. But from playing with it and from what I know from brands that I have, these were holding up really well. So I have also recently used them in this particular art journal page. As I said, I am not used to using acrylic paint, so I did have a few struggles painting this, but it wasn't the paint's issue at all. It layered really well. I was working on an old book page and it was fine. It sort of didn't destroy the page at all, and so I was able to build up the colours as I would have expected when using acrylic paint. So overall, I think if you're looking for a fun budget brand, that these are absolutely great and worth the 70 odd pence that they cost. So in review, I love them. I think for 79p a bottle, they are great. I am not a fine artist. I have not got my work going into art galleries. I am a hobbyist. I have fun. I play in my craft room. And for that, they are perfect. They are opaque enough that I'm not spending my time getting frustrated or having to use my time doing endless coats. They are quick, they are easy, the results are fun, and so for my needs, I think they are absolutely great and would recommend them as a hobbyist and crafter. If you fancy seeing the projects that we referred to in this video in a bit more detail, the little cards for them will come up in just a moment, and I will see you guys next Friday. Take care. Bye.